Alright guys, you know we are DOZ, Alpha Man 1. FYI, Undertaker versus Lesnar will be the last match we're going to talk about for very specific reasons. But let's get into this. He's trying to...
Sorry, the GR8 one got me laughing.
It's alright.
And I am just... Holy crap, my head's fucked up.
We'll get there.
Okay, so...
Alright, the Usos defeated the Los Matadores, the Real Americans, and Ryback. Pretty good Fatal 4-Way elimination tag match for the tag titles. I thought that the Real Americans and the Usos were the star of the match. I feel as though that it was good psychology. I know people are going to complain that the match was slow, but they were doing old school build. For those of us that have actually been watching longer than the Attitude
the way
Era.
they used to do back in the 80s, and you know, those of us who have been watching since then, and you know, you go back and watch anything on the network that was from back in the 80s. And you'll see what we're talking about. They developed a lot slower, but there was a lot more psychology to it. And I think they're trying to bring that back a little bit.
I'm going to give this match 3 stars, only because I felt that it could have gone on a little bit longer, maybe a couple of minutes longer. But I feel as though the Usos, they did what they could. They did miss the double splash, I think. One of them didn't connect. A little bit. But they retained the tag titles. And Antonio Cesaro is pretty much the MVP of the match.
True.
Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Good opener.
I gave that first one 3 stars. Just
good opener for the first official match. The tag team title match was on the pre-show.
I was a little surprised that that Daniel Bryan Triple H was so early, but it kind of made sense considering that one of the two of them was going to have to be
in the main event. I think Triple H did great. He went old school. You got to see the more brawler, aggressive Triple H for one night. Loved the pedigree and the counters into the yes lock. I thought that was very good. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a solid match. Good psychology on the part of Triple H, just sticking to that shoulder of Daniel Bryan and sticking to that injury, and good solid match. I mean,
3 stars.
Probably could have been better. Yeah. I know Triple H and Daniel Bryan can both put on a little bit better match, but
the theme of tonight was psychology. For those of you that, like we said, have watched since forever.
And
the squash match of the night, the Shield versus the Outlaws and Kane, you know, it really didn't serve a purpose. It just basically showed that the Shield can do what they do. Dominate. That was their objective in this match. They dominated. The quadruple powerbomb is what I'm going to call it, with the Outlaws on the shoulders of Roman Reigns, with help from Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, was impressive.
Well, considering that... Considering that it was such a short match, sorry about that.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty decent match, and you saw some good stuff out of the Shield. And I mean, the Outlaws. You didn't have to see anything interesting out of the Outlaws or Kane. They've been around. You know what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's pretty much what I wanted to see. I just wanted to see what the Shield do.
Wanted to see what they do.
Yeah, I wanted to see the Shield do what I know they can do.
What would you give it for a star rating? I would say 2.5, only because it was so short. Like, I wanted more.
I might even go like 2 3/4 if I'm being nice, just because it was so short. But it was still okay. Still, you know.
I apologize if we don't have the energy right now, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to explain to you why when we get to it.
Yeah, my head is...
Cesaro wins the Battle Royal, but I've got to give props to Kofi Kingston. He is my MVP of the Battle Royal with his elimination save. The stuff that man can do, holy crap, especially when it comes to Battle Royals.
Air Boom had himself a Wrestlemania moment tonight.
Got tossed out, nearly hit the floor, but the stairs saved him.
Well, actually, you know what? He was technically on the floor. He was laying on the floor, but his feet didn't touch.
Yep, and that's the rule. They call that the Shawn Michaels rule of Battle Royals, and rightfully so. I don't know if we can really give the Battle Royal a star rating because, you know, it is what it is. But Cesaro, he is the freaking man. That guy's going to go places.
I think that's true. And I'm the kind of guy who likes Battle Royal matches. It's just, I don't know, Battle Royal, Royal Rumble.
Whatever you want to call it.
You don't see enough Battle Royals. For a long time now, the only thing you really see is the Royal Rumble itself.
Yeah.
But I like this idea, the Andre the Giant Memorial thing, and
congrats to Cesaro.
Congrats to Cesaro.
Big Show brought it. They were the final 2, and yeah. All right, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. good match for what it was, and I can forgive the fact that John Cena won. Like I said, it's not about wins and losses, but Bray, like I said, was the man. Bray was going to show all you guys out there why Bray Wyatt was the man, and he did just that. He hung in there with Cena. Now, here's the thing. As long as they follow through with this match, in my opinion, as long as they follow through with the angle, and they actually have this get more aggressive, then Bray Wyatt could be featured better as a player. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, well, I would actually have to agree with that. I mean, Bray Wyatt he's an amazing talent, and I think the more they push him to it, the more they show of him, the more you're going to see how good this guy is. And from some of the stuff that I've seen recently and some of the stuff that I've seen tonight, he may be that guy who's going to kind of fill that spot from The Undertaker.
Yep.
Because it's looking like, we'll get back to more about The Undertaker, but it's looking like this could be
3.5. I'm giving it that because, I know people are going to say, oh, Superman Cena, but he was right.
Yeah, I said that in the predictions. I said I see it being Super Cena is going to come out, and he's going to end up winning, and I was right.
A little disappointed though, but because I wanted something different. I wanted to see like old school Cena with the Master Lock chain, then maybe hit the FU, or maybe they make this a no DQ match, and it would have been a better stipulation. But for what it was, good job Cena, good job Bray. You guys brought it. Give it 3.5. What about you?
I think I'm about the same.
Okay.
I might just give it a 3 though.
Diva match. AJ won. Yeah.
AJ won. We weren't really paying attention at that point.
2 stars, just being generous. Daniel mother-frickin' Bryan. Shut up, you haters out there. He finally did it. Can't really, respect the beard. Can't really say too much. I think that, all 3 of those guys, they went out there, they brought it. Randy Orton, dude. The RKO Batista Bomb combo through the freaking table. Spot of the night.
I think Randy Orton might have broken his back.
Yeah.
Ribs.
It only needs one word. Only one word.
Yes. 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 Batista taps out. What a way for WrestleMania to end. I give it about 4 stars.
And I'd say
Great championship match.
That saved WrestleMania for me.
Okay, what would you give it?
At least 3.5. I might even give it 4 because it was actually a really well done match.
Okay, camera guy, what time are we at?
We're at 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
That's the GR8 one, by the way.
We've got a 15-minute time limit, so let's make this quick. The bad for those of us that have been watching for over 20 years. Honestly, I never thought I would see the day. The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar for sentimental reasons. I know a lot of you guys are going to go, oh, you guys are just marks. Oh, you guys are...
You're damn Skippy. We're fucking Taker marks. And you know what?
Yeah.
The 2 of us, we've been watching Taker from the fucking beginning.
5 stars for sentimental reasons.
Just
because, okay, the match itself, it was what it was. They had their spots.
They had some good spots, but the tempo was just sort of slow. And I don't know if that's just because Taker's gotten older or if that's just the way they planned it out. But they could have had a little bit quicker tempo. And
3 F5s. 3. And he hits, 1 or 2 tombstones. I thought Brock was going to counter the thing into a tombstone and Taker was going to kick out. But then Brock takes him, twists him up into an F5. 1, 2, 3. And we were all like, what? What?
There's a picture of an African-American fellow. It's all over Facebook. It's going to be all over the internet. Just look at the expression on the guy's face. That says it all. I don't know what the fuck else to say.
Okay, I will go on record of saying I am the biggest Undertaker mark that there is. I consider the Undertaker... No disrespect to you, sir, because I know you're a big Shawn Michaels mark. I understand all that. But I consider the Undertaker the greatest of all time. You can't... the Undertaker and Shawn...
He definitely has the greatest character, and I concede that, but
he's
number 2 on my list.
Either guy can be put as number 1. That's the point I'm trying to make. For me, the Undertaker's number 1. He is the greatest of all time. Gimmick-wise, big man, intensity, Taker's the greatest ever. Shawn Michaels may be the all-around greatest performer ever, and he is. But the Undertaker is the man in the history of the business, and now that it's 21-1, I've got to say, it's been a pleasure making these videos for you guys these past 5 years, but I have decided that as of tonight, or as of this weekend when we get together, I'm done talking about the current WWE product.
You mean next weekend, right?
Well,
since it's
when
Sunday.
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But I've decided that, yeah, when we get together the next time, it's going to be the final video that we talk about the current product.
Yeah, that's
because
that's
I've said that once the Undertaker goes, wrestling is done for me, and I think that this is it. I don't think there's any coming back for the Undertaker.
I don't see it either, and it's this is going to be it for me as well. And I know that in the past I've said that I was going to stick it out until Triple H finally retired, but...
And I know people are going to go, oh, come on, it's just wrestling, but it's like, okay, I want you guys to think back to, like, The Simpsons. Do you remember how you all felt when Maude died or Bleeding Gums Murphy died? Like, you felt connections to certain characters. And, like, you knew at a certain point when they killed a character off, the show was never going to be the same, and eventually you quit watching it. That's kind of how it is with The Undertaker in that comparison. Now that The Undertaker's pretty much done...
It's kind of like Degrassi after Drake and all of those guys were gone, you know?
Yeah, it was over.
But, you know...
Thank you, Mark Calloway. Thank you, first things first. You are the greatest of all time, and we love you.
The Undertaker is absolutely... He's
the man. We respect you.
And I'm not... Just bear with me on this. I'm not going to say that I ever met Paul Bearer or ever knew him, but I imagine that Paul Bearer is proud of what The Undertaker has accomplished.
Yeah.
And he's proud of this match regardless of the outcome.
I know I am. I know people are going to shit all over Brock. Stop it right now. I know people are going to take a crap all over Brock. Just please stop. We did say...
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I did say... when we did our predictions that if Brock Lesnar beats The Undertaker, nobody's ever going to like Brock again, and I stand by that. But I hope that people give him a chance to just hear both sides of this thing. But
anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love you fans. Thank you, Undertaker. You're the man. We will catch you guys later. Peace.